This is part 4 of my series of videos on watercolor painting for the absolute beginner. In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up your workspace and go over 3 basic painting techniques. So this is the basic setup for watercolor painting. I have my paper in the middle, my water container and my palette on my right. I have my brush, my tubes of paint, and some paper towel. I am right-handed, so I put my water and palette on my right. If you're left-handed, you're probably going to want them on your left. So I already put paint on my palette. If you haven't done so already, you're going to need to do that. I went over paint in part 3 of this series. I'm using ultramarine blue, hooker's green, and alizarin crimson. And one side note here, watercolor paint can dry on your palette and you can reuse it again. So there's no reason to clean your palette when you're done painting. Since this paint is water soluble, it will soften and be reusable when you wet it the next time you paint. I'm going to show you how to create the most basic type of watercolor technique, which is the flat wash. So wet your brush and dip it into your paint. I'm going to use the alizarin crimson, and you're just going to make a puddle on your palette. So just get a good amount of paint. So get a fairly good sized puddle. You hold your brush at about a 45-degree angle to the paper and just drag across. About an inch, or maybe about 2 inches. Make a line. Dip back into your puddle of paint and continue just going down the page. Dip back into the puddle and continue down. And we are going to use the flat wash, this little painting that we're doing at the end, for the vase. So that is why I want you to know how to do this. So just practice this, maybe do 6 or 8 on a page. The next painting technique I'm going to show you is the C shape. And again, referring back to the little painting that we're going to do at the end of this series, this shape, the little C shape, is what is used to make the roses. So the C shape is made by touching the tip of the brush to the paper, pressing down on the brush, and then lifting up. So I'm going to tip the paper to see if that helps. You see better. You just touch the tip, form a C shape just like if you were writing with a pen, and lift up. Touch, press down, lift up. And you're going to want to go in all different directions. So you just touch, press down, lift up. You can make small ones, and the small ones you don't really press down as much. But to make larger ones, again, you just touch the tip, press down on the brush, kind of form a C shape just like if you were writing with a pen, and then lift up. Touch, lift up. Sometimes if you go a little quicker, it's easier. Touch, press down, lift up. Next, I am going to show you how to make the leaf shape. So the flat wash, the C shape, and now the leaf shape. These are the 3 basic techniques I'm going over in this video, and I have cleaned my palette off just with paper towel. I'm going to go into the green, and you always want to clean your brush. If you've been painting with another color like the red and you're switching to green, be sure you clean your brush really well. Never go from one color right to the other, because you're going to contaminate your wells of paint. So I'm going to get a well of green, and the technique for the leaf is very similar to the C shape, except you don't curve. You just touch I'm going to tip the paper so you can see. You touch the tip, press down, and lift up. Touch the tip of the brush to the page, press down, and lift up. And again, I'm only tipping the paper so you can see better. So it's just touch, press down, and lift up. So all 3 techniques I've just showed you will be used in this final little painting that we're going to do in part 7 of this series. The flat wash will be used for the vase. the C shape will be used for the roses, and then the leaf shape for the leaves. So take some time and practice these, and I will be back with part 5 in this series, and that's going to be on value. Thanks for watching.